Alright, here's bottling day for my Trappist ale. This has been sitting a lot longer than the 13 days. It's probably been about 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks since when I brewed this. So I'm doing straight to bottle. This is the way that they did it the old way, plus this is the way the BJCP calls out for it. That's a traditional style bottle conditioning. So even though that says PBW, this is actually Star Sand that's in here. So I got about 16 bottles in this one, and the caps sanitizing. I got the rest of these in here. I have my bottling bucket, which I don't use very often. I have about 2 gallons of PBW in there. The remainder of my bottles. And like I said, I have some DME in here that I boiled for 10 minutes. And it was 2.4 ounces, and I used 16 ounces of water, bottled water, so I didn't want to have to worry about dealing with all that other stuff. So that's what it is just cooling down. And then when it gets time, or when it gets cool enough, I'm going to put it inside my bottling bucket, and then I'm going to put the beer on top of that, let it stir just a little bit, and bottle. Okay, there's my beer and my DME for carbonation. Got it all in there, kind of let it swirl a little bit. So now I'm going to let it sit for a couple minutes, and then turn over my steak and basically start bottling. So we'll see if I make a video past any of this. Alright, talk to you later. Alright, I know it's kind of hard to see this. There we go. So my final gravity, this reads about 2 degrees or 2 bars lower than what it should. So this is actually 1014 instead of 1012. So here she is. She's not too bad. I wonder if the tradition's going to keep it cloudy. So I wound up getting 17 bottles, I think. Yeah, 17 bottles of this Trappist Dubbel. So with the DME, always be careful of bottle bombs. I've had a few in my beer closet, and my wife is not happy when that happens. So I'm actually going to put these in my fermenter, which is my cooler. So that way, if any of these bottles do explode in the next 30 days, it's not going to go everywhere. It's going to stay contained. So next time, hopefully if I remember, I'm going to go ahead and make a video of the first taste in about 30 days. So there you go. That's I know I didn't show you everything that I do when it comes to bottling, but there's plenty of other videos that's out there. So cheers and happy brewing. Howdy there, YouTube. AZ Homebrewer again. This is part 2 to my Belgian Dubbel, as well as first opening, first taste. This has been carbonating now for 30 days, and I put it in the fridge yesterday when I was brewing my strawberry blonde ale. And so today I'm doing a first taste. First opening, first taste, first everything. So first thing I'm going to do is open it up. This was carbonated with DME. I forget how much altogether it was. It's on the video somewhere. So here's the pour. And this is bottle conditioned, so I have to do the slow pour, so I don't get all the funk at the end. So that's it. See there's all the DME and yeast and whatnot. Oop. And I spilled on my table. So there she is. It is carbonated. Smells fruity. First time me ever making this Belgian Dubbel. So you can see how it's a beautiful looking color. Might be able to catch some of the bubbles in there. So, quite pleased with it. Let's see what it tastes like. Has a lot of sweetness to it. Is I guess one way of putting it. It's a sweet beer. It I forget which yeast that I use. I think it was an Abbey Ale. So it definitely has some of the fruitiness aspect of it. Maybe like an apple or something like that. But I wouldn't call it the apple off flavor. It finishes pretty good. It doesn't finish dry. This was a brew in a bag that I did, which I don't do too much anymore. But I'm doing this for a competition actually in May, which is or no, excuse me. This one is for July. I'm doing a black IPA for May. The lacing, there's not a whole lot of lacing. It just could have just been the pour that I did, and I did a very slow soft pour. But there isn't a whole lot of lacing in it. But it is highly carbonated. It is nice. It is a nice beer. I think this comes in right at about 5.5%, 6%. It finishes nice still. Can't get over how easily beer is drinkable for the most part. Other than that, there's not much more I could really add to this without overly repeating myself, which I know I have been already. I think I have this recipe on Beersmith. If you're more than welcome to look for it and try it yourself. This is, like I said, a 2-gallon batch. I think if anything, maybe because it was a brew in a bag, I did lose a lot of the bodiness to it. Sorry about that technical error. And I was saying, I think when I did the brew in a bag, I might have lost some bodiness to it, but it doesn't taste thin. It doesn't taste heavy. I would definitely call it just about right. I need to have other Belgian doubles so I can base this off of, so I could see if I'm within style or if it tastes completely off. I have no idea yet. But this is gonna be a nice beer to do again. I don't think I would do a 5-gallon batch of this. It's a little too sweet for my taste. But of course, when summertime hits, all beer is good beer. So anyway, this is AZ Homebrewer here in AZ, getting ready for summertime. So here's to you. Cheers and happy brewing.